Hello, welcome to the channel. Jamie here from JAYP Cars, and today we're going to be saving some more money from the Audi dealership prices. If you watched the first video, we changed the wipers. We saved £37 by changing just 3 wipers, and it took literally 5 minutes. But we're going to be doing something a little bit more in depth today to do with part of the suspension. It is the mount under one of the springs on the back. So we need to crack on and do that. So I'll take the wheel off and then you'll join me from there. So very quickly before we get into the video, axle stands for safety, the jack to kind of jack it up the car, and then you've got a little jack there that I use for the lower control arm just to kind of get it right into position where I want it, because it's very hard to do it otherwise. That puck looking thing there has to go onto the jacking points to protect them, and then you've got WD-40, which is ideal for bolts, and then I've got the ratchet there that I use with 17mm that I'll use for taking the wheels off. I've got a 21mm spark plug socket there because it's a bit deeper, and that's perfect for that nut. I say perfect, it's not actually. The 13/16 spanner is what you need, but I don't have that with me, so I'm using the 21 because it's the closest thing to it. Ideally, you want a 13/16 spanner. And then you've got the flathead screwdriver there, which I use to pop out the black plugs on the mudguard, and then a mallet, which is obviously worth using for knocking stuff into place when it's a little bit stressed and you can't quite get it in yourself. I've got this one here, which is for the 18mm on it, because what I'll do is I'll use the 21mm on one side and the 18mm on the other and work against each other. And then I've got the breaker bar, which is obviously ideal for when the bolts aren't coming loose. And of course it's worth having some wheel chocks, which I've done there just to show you, to stop the car rolling at any point. Just before we start, I'm not a professional. As many of you know if you watch the channel, I'm not professional. I do this just kind of in my spare time, so don't take everything as gospel and be careful working on your own cars. Anything that you do is obviously on you. Right, let's get into the video. So first things first, you join me at the rear of the car with the wheel off. You need to use your flathead screwdriver to take this kind of mudguard off, lever that off and wiggle that one out. There we go, that's better. Rather than lever it, you can just kind of twist. Of course, the car is jacked up with a trolley jack, and also then obviously axle stands, and as always, I put a wheel underneath as well on the sill. Right, that's 2, and this guard should pull down. And then you can see it's revealed here what we need to get to, which is the camber adjustment. So we need to mark that to show where we need to kind of line up afterwards. This will then drop this arm on the side down here, and then it will relieve the pressure off the spring. So for this side, I'm going to need a 13/16. On the other side, I'm going to need a thinking 18mm. So first thing I'm going to do is mark with my Sharpie orientation. Like that. I'll need to use 18 on one side and a 21 on the other. It's coming. We're moving. And we should be good. That is that side off. Little washer thing. Let's just take that one off too. And then you need to get this bolt out here. I'm going to bring this one in. You're going to sit underneath the arm so that the spring doesn't pop out. Right, so I've now marked it on this here as well. I will take it in for alignment afterwards anyway, but it's just so I can get it to fairly close. So there's that bolt out, as you can see. Reduce this one down. This will loosen up the spring and then the top mount, and then I can pull that one out. Oh, slowly, slowly, not too fast. As you can see, that dropped that arm down. So this one now just needs to be pulled down. Something like that, maybe. There you go, top mount's out. There we go, push it up and out. There we go. So as you can see, this is what the mount should look like. Or just to let you know before I do anything, this here should line up, this is the top mount, should line up with the bottom here. See this little nub? As you can see, it is pretty beaten up. Obviously all the parts and all the tools and that will be in the description. Right, there we go. And that's off. It's worth mentioning that these, as you can see, haven't got grooves. That is because the new one will go in and your spring will make its own seating position under the weight of the car. So you don't need to worry about that at all. That then should go something, because you've got the nub here, something like that. Might just see if I can twist that around a little bit. There we go. See, that does have to line up there with the bottom of the spring actually. So top in first, that's the top in. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing the bottom arm down with my fingers, and then my thumbs are lifting the spring. That mount has to come over a bit more than that. Ideally, you'd probably change both mounts at the same time so you know they're done, but they don't have any stock. It's hard on your own. Press that down. Oh, it fell out again. I might go and ask Callum, my brother, he's just turned up. Hey Callum, can I borrow your hands a minute? Cheers, mate. Okay, lift it up ever so slightly. Yeah, I think that is in, because then that will push up on there. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, mate. Oh, dirty jeans.
Brand new jeans.
Thank you for that, though. It's not quite lined up, look. Okay, it's not quite lined up on that side. I have got that bolt in a little bit. I've just been kind of playing with the jack, trying to get right height, and it's just been a right pain. Now if I'm lucky, this, as I'm pushing it through, might decide to go the right way. Oh, does that work? Oh, the thread's starting to come through. See, they've got a groove in here. This bolt's got a groove which that then sits on. I think I'll just have to take this into an alignment. Bang on. Perfect. That new spring mount is in, and that has saved me 350 quid. I forgot that you had to put this guard back on. The easiest way to put it back in is to put this up inside first. This is the bit that it sits in. Do the back first, clip that in, and then push this front piece in from underneath. So you kind of clip it in at the back, clip it in at the front, and then it will sit properly. And then I had to slide it ever so slightly that way, and then the holes lined up, and I could put these black plugs back in. So there we have it, it's all done. This mount, as you can see, was pretty bad. Better safe than sorry, and even this piece here, look, is coming off like that. So yeah, that one can go. I missed. So there we have it, guys. The S4 has had its rear mount done. Audi quoted £370. I ended up doing it for £15. So I saved £355. Plus the £37 that I saved on the wipers in the last video. Nearly £400 for around an hour's work. Please do let me know if this helped you in the comments below. Please do hit the like button if it did help. And please do subscribe to the channel. It would mean loads. Just hit 600 subscribers, and there's plenty more that I want to do. So please do hit the subscribe button, and I shall see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.